morning, good afternoon. 12th of November. It's a rainy day. It's Monday. It's the day where our friend, colleague Dr. Layth is going to, how you call it in English, have the discussion of his thesis, PhD thesis. So I'm going from my work to Willemstad to meet Ibrahim and surprise friend. They're going to take him with us to go to Leuven. See you soon. Bye. وصلنا لويلمستاد. أقدم لكم الشخصية العظيمة عمر يوسف. شلونك حبيبي؟ لك شيل الغبي أقدم لكم عمر يوسف مرة ثانية. إبراهيم اللي ورا. صحيح. وابراهيم اخترع عشان طلع ساجد عبيد احترق رب الاتيكيت اسمع ها احنا ترى فوز رايحين مناقشه بحث مال الدكتور ليث فيعني انا اسف ليث على الفيلم اطلع بيك شغلات سوقيه بس هاي مخترعات اخونا ابراهيم. وصلنا للمكان الغضب مال المناقشه مال البحث. لو اسمع شو حبيبي اقدم لكم الدكتور ليث.
خلنا نتشرف انا وليث.
شلونك ليث حبيبي؟
مبروك. خلنا نتشرف انا وليث بسرعه.
كل شيء مطبشين وبعد
اي
وصل عمر الهوتيل
يمكن 20
زين دقيقه
وانا بقى
تعال عمو تعال تعال غزوان ادخل ويانا. شلون شويه تقلص
وانا مباع بس يقول
بطه جاي من بعيد
بس خلي صورنا يلا خلي صورنا.
اي فهاي مرت اللوخ.
لا
طلع لوح حبيبي
ليث عمر
المندي يعرفنا المندي
اعرفكم
الصوره هاي طلعنا
شوفوه
هذه
شوفوه
بي اتش دي ديفنس دكتور ليث التميمي.
النريتر يعني
والله اللي يحكي ويا ليث
النريتر دراويل شو اسمه
خوش وقت جيت يا شباب.
راوي المكان جد حلو.
هاي مكان وين
اكو بجع
اقول لك انت مو من هولندا يعني نفس الشيء.
اقول لك اقدم لكم بكر الزلمه يجي.
And organ protective properties of this noble gas in patient at high risk for postoperative organ dysfunction, namely cardiac surgical patient. So to achieve our aims, we did several studies. The first part of my PhD, we assessed xenon anesthesia in patients undergoing off-pump coronary artery bypass surgery, while in the second part, we evaluated the potential neuroprotective effects of this noble gas in the perioperative setting. So, why did we choose off-pump coronary artery bypass surgery? OPCAP surgery is a challenging procedure, not only for the surgeon, but also for the anesthesiologist. The procedure is performed on beating heart.
Not only for you, but also for me. And now I'm the only one that still can fail. I mean, you did really a great job. You wrote a fantastic thesis and gave an excellent presentation, and you even survived this marathon of questions. For all this, I would like to congratulate you by heart. For sure, you exercised a lot. If I'm correct, your presentation was already finished by the end of August, so you had nearly 3 months of time to give your wife, friends, and in particular Crystal, a hard time when reciting your presentation again and again. And I want to emphasize that in any case, in terms of being in time, you are even more crazy than Troy. Also, your booklet was submitted months before the official deadline, and still you were afraid that you could miss the closing date at the print office because the holidays were approaching. And it took me a hard time to put your mind at ease that not every reviewer would be in holidays for several months. But now, you are finally done. And you can be really proud of yourself. As is known from the literature, 30 to 50% of all PhD students stop with their project before the finish. And it's kind of ironic because we both benefited from this high dropout rate. It was in 2012 when I was in a paradoxical situation. I had just received a research grant from the KU Leuven and from Air Liquide, but had nobody that could help me to spend all this money. And luckily I knew that you were rather unhappy with your first PhD project in which you encountered many insurmountable problems with the cardiac surgeons. And it was our great eminence, Professor Jan van Hier.
Not fair enough to acknowledge the people who made this PhD work possible. And please forgive me in advance if I've unintentionally forget to mention someone. First of all, I would like to thank all the jury members of the examining committee, Professor Rossan and Professor Absalon, Professor Warsino, and Professor Lassalar and Professor Mombaliu for accepting our invitation to be part of this event, and for their time and all the effort to read and review my PhD book, and also for the excellent comments and justified question. Also, I would like to thank Professor Butz for the professional and outstanding chairing of this public defense. Thank you very much. En dit PhD-werk wordt het met dankbaarheid voorgesteld. En directeur van KU Leuven, professor Sillis, en de vice-rector van de groep Biomedische Wetenschap, professor Chris van Geet, en ook aan de decaan en mijn collega Cardichirurg, professor Paul Herriers. And I'm almost thankful for my promoter, colleague, and friend, Professor Stefan Rex.
So on behalf and under the authority of Professor Luc Sels, Rector of the KU Leuven, considering that Layth Al-tmimi, born in Baghdad, Iraq, on August 3rd, 1973, is a holder of the Diploma of Specialist in Anesthesiology, Resuscitation, issued by KU Leuven in 2006. Seeing the statement of the examining board appointed by the rector, from which it appears that Layth Al-tmimi has submitted and publicly defended a thesis on use of xenon anesthesia in patients at high risk for post-operative organ dysfunction, on the advice of the examining board and in accordance with the requirements of the decrees concerning higher education in Flanders, I hereby confer upon Layth Al-tmimi the degree of Doctor of Biomedical Sciences. Congratulations.
Yeah!